Hey guys, welcome back to Sim UK, and more importantly, welcome back to SimAirport. Now, I mentioned last week, and I've spoken to you guys in the comment section, there's been a massive update for SimAirport, but unfortunately, as a result of that massive update, it has broken all previously saved games. So everybody has to go back to square one. Now, we got quite far with our little airport. I think we were doing well. We were making a profit and it was looking really good. It's all gone. Okay, it's not coming back. So I enjoyed playing it, and I think actually from what I've read, the improvements that they've introduced far outweigh the fact that we're going to have to start building again. And to be honest with you, I quite like the idea of starting a new airport from scratch. We were sort of limited in terms of space and what have you previously, and yeah, fortunately now there's no warning about starting from scratch. There was an alert here previously that said because it's early access, you know, things might go terribly wrong, so we recommend against it. That's not there anymore, and they have promised not to deliberately break people's save games from here on in. It's a significant update, lots of positives. So let's start our new game. So here we are, guys. We got 1.2 million, 1.249 million. Somebody's, what's this? $25 on that bus service. And over here, look, we see we've got this light rail train and a passenger bus. Still only the single lane here. But, well, that's interesting. It looks like we have an arriving and a departing lane. But actually we only have one lane, so I'm guessing in time this is going to change. Now, I've taken on board all of your suggestions and recommendations from the previous just get rid of all this crap down here. I see they haven't fixed the mouse problem. That's fine. I've taken all your suggestions and recommendations from the previous airport, and I'll be trying to implement them here, but there's a lot of new stuff. A lot of new stuff. Today is all going to be about planning. So let's crack on. You can see all this is new. We've got an additional speed button up here. What else do we have? Runways. Where are runways? Are they in here? Yeah. 3 runways now. Small, medium and large. Small is... It's a bit frustrating that they don't tell you which aircraft these will support. Maybe it says in here. Ah, there we go. Minimum runway length 150, 90. So we get 140, but not 180 passenger planes. That's 100,000, that's 147,000, that's 280,000. Mamma mia! Okay, well, believe it or not, guys, I haven't got the camera on, so I can't show you, but I couldn't sleep last night for whatever reason. Just, I couldn't get to sleep. So, I went downstairs, made myself a hot drink, tried to settle down and get some shut-eye. But whilst my mind was still active, I actually drew out a plan of what I think the airport should look like on a piece of A4 paper. And I'm going to use that today to design and plan our airport. Now, I won't start building it today because I want you guys to be involved as you were with the previous airport. So I'll put all the designs in today. And then you guys can give me your feedback, and as long as there's not anything glaringly obvious that needs to be changed, then we'll go with it. But yeah, if you spot some mistakes, maybe I've forgotten to build something or something isn't going to work the way I've done it, let me know and we'll fix it. Simple as that. So I'm looking at it now. You guys can't see it yet, but you will do soon. I can see a few mistakes that I made last night. It was pretty late and I was pretty tired. So I'm going to try and eradicate those mistakes as I build it. So there might be a bit of toing and froing. Well, that's the plan for today. So this large runway, holy molios. How do you turn things? I can't even remember. R for rotate. Is that the full length? Do you know, I can't even zoom out far enough to see if that fits. I don't think that fits. I don't think that fits. That will only go that way. Hang on. Hang on a cotton picking minute. I think they've made a terrible mistake here. Because we're on the largest map size available. It doesn't fit that way. It does fit this way, except for the fact that we need to have a taxiway at both ends of the runway. And we have no space in which to do that. So this large runway is completely unusable. There's no way you could build it because you can't have a taxiway at both ends. So, I mean, that's a bit silly. Where's your quality control gone? Now, I guess you could argue that... How do I get off this? There we go. In research, there is the option to land expansion. Allows the purchase of additional map parcels. So maybe that will be the solution. Now, the annoying thing here is... See again, that doesn't really make sense to me. Is this a square or is this a rectangle? Because to me... might just be a trick of the eye, but it looks taller from top to bottom than it does from left to right. And in my design, that's how I designed it, with an A4 piece of paper going this way. But I'm rather concerned that my initial build idea is not going to work, because I was going to put the big runway down the back here, and it looks like that's not going to be an option, which is horrific. Let me just double check this, make sure I'm not being silly. No, categorically will not go this way. How frustrating is that? Right, well, that significantly changes things right from the get-go, because I was going to start building with that, in fact. Oh, dearie me. What a palaver. Well, okay. Buying land tiles is an option. What I don't know is which direction you can buy those tiles in. If I can add a tile to either the top or the bottom, then my original plan will work fine. If I can only add tiles to the back here, my original plan will have to change. But that's okay, because we're only planning today, and at the end of the day, we're not going to be able to build all this with 1.24 million in the bank anyway. So it's not a serious issue. Let's press on then. Let's start the other end, I guess. Well, no, okay. Let's stick with the original plan, but understand that it might well change dramatically. in time. So what colour should we do? We'll go white. Oh wow, look at the textures as you get in close. Alright, so how wide is a runway? It's actually really quite large, isn't it? Start with this taxiway then, because that's the width of a runway. Now you can see I'm leaving a gap in the middle. I'm half tempted to leave 2 gaps, so that we could have multiple runways here. I mean, to have 2, I think, to be honest, having 2 of those enormous runways is just ridiculous at this moment in time. Let's just get rid of that and go again. So that will be the runway. This will be where we have hangars and such. And so this will be a taxiway, and it has to go all the way to the bottom and back in like that. Now, I know that's not going to fit because of the runway, but we have at least covered where it's going to be. Something like that. So that's runway 1 with the taxiway. And that looks okay to me. We're going to have another taxiway over here. In fact, we could utilise this taxiway here. That seems to be a pretty smart move. So it's going to be 150 tiles. Oops. That's 150, if I understand correctly. We'll just test that now. Runway, medium, perfect. Perfecto, perfecto. Now we'll just turn that white. So the same or similar technique I'm going to apply here. Going to leave a gap. In fact, on this one, yeah, on that one I might leave a double gap, and then we could have 2 runways with minimal fuss, really. Just get rid of it, for goodness sakes. Right. Okay, so as far as taxiways go, that's what I'm thinking of starting with the option of having a second runway slammed in here later down the line. I also want to do a test over here. Now, obviously, when I designed this last night, I didn't fully... I didn't have the game running. It's all on paper. So some of my shapes and sizes and options I can see are going to have to change a tad. Originally I had the idea of having 2 gates over here. I don't think that's a viable option. Technically, putting a gate at the end of a runway is a very, very bad idea. But we won't make too big a thing about that, I think, for now. And I was also going to have some big, like extra large... Oh, no, that's large. That's an extra large gate. Oh, okay. Oh, so that might work then. Yeah, I can have 2 there. Well, I worked that out perfectly. By hook or by crook. So that would be that way, and that would be that way. In fact, now I'm thinking about it, because obviously at the moment we're making no money, and I've got the game paused for good reason, because even a bus driving past costs us cash at the moment. So what I might do is slightly tweak my idea and start having the airport run really quickly based on this small mini section that I was going to build over here. I think that might work well. And there's some stuff I wanted to test out as well, regarding deliveries and garbage and stuff, based on what you guys suggested, actually. So yeah, we could do that. We could go gate 1 and then gate 2. Let's try that. How big is this thing? If that's 40, then it must be 20 by 20. That'd be gate 1. Gate 2. Or, you know, vice versa. Gate 1, gate 2. And then the building itself. Let's see here. So we're going to have a wall. Like so. Let's just zoom in a time so I can think about this as I'm doing it. Now I wanted to have a nice clean exit, and people are going to come out here. I want them to head down here, so there's going to be a gate. 1, 2. Let's just look at this door a second. Okay. Is it 4 wide or 5 wide? That's what's not. It would be really handy if it told you how wide these things were for planning purposes. Okay, so it's 4 wide. That's good. 4 wide, and then we'll have a wall. Something like that. So obviously the entrance to the gate is going to be round about there as well. Oh, wrong place. There goes my phone. Yeah, see the gate is in the wrong flipping place to be useful. I tell you what we're going to do then. We're going to have the door, which I'll make pink. 1, 2, 3, 4. What? Like that. So we know we're going to have a door there, and by my design, this area is going to be the exit for the... Oh no, it won't be, because there'll be an extra section here. Okay, well that's all right actually. That works out quite well in that regard then. So I'm going to make this offices. Yeah, okay. So let's stick to this style then. Sorry if I'm sort of umming and ahhing a lot, but you know, there's a lot to think about, and this is the time to do it, basically. Now, I predicted in my drawing that I could get 4 gates along this stretch. Clearly I can get a lot more than that, which is good. I kind of wanted to get us back up to speed as to where we were at the beginning. Sorry, for the previous airport, but yeah, it looks like my initial drawn out hand sketched pencil idea is going to need some tweaking, because at this rate, A, we're going to have too many gates, B, I'm not going to have the space in the places I wanted to have space. If that makes sense. So it's going to be a bit of tweaking, bit of ebbing and flowing, bit of thoughtful reorganization, something like that. Okay, let's go back to yellow. I wish we had a few more colours, because that's really just not enough. So a road is 2 sections wide. So make sure I leave space for that. Okay. So literally that's going to be 1 square off the bottom, which is fine. Like so. Oh, now that's interesting, because that white marker is, I believe, the width of the door, but that seems to be 5 wide. I'm pretty sure the door's only 4 wide. Large sliding door. Well, that's what it says. Presumably it's either going to be 1 square in one of those 2 directions. So we'll cover that whole area so we know that we're going to have a doorway there. So I hope that's making sense so far. I hope that's making sense so far. This is just the plan, guys, so don't get freaked out. In fact, we can put in the other runway, can't we? Yeah, 10 wide. 2 runways, and we'll have some oh, put that in the wrong place. Some stuff down there. That's pretty self-explanatory. I don't know what these are. These could be runway lights. These could be navigation systems, landing systems, all sorts. Glide slope, radar, all that kind of good stuff. So, moving on. See, that's going to be a wall. That's going to be a wall. There we go. We're going to turn these into offices. I'm thinking a nice wall down the middle there. And maybe that. And then that could be storage, or I don't know what. Storage, that kind of works as storage. I'm not sure if it'll be big enough, but we'll have a try at least. Okay, so back to my plan. Obviously this is going to be part of the building. Like so. Another double set of doors here. Set of double doors here. This is going to be, oops, that's the wrong colour. This bit here is going to be intended for passengers getting off. I want them to streamline out of here and come into this area here. That's the plan. Although I must admit, in my drawings, this section here was actually further up, sort of here on my plans. So I might have to rethink this whole space-saving idea, because I was going to fit ticketing, security and toilets in this space, and now that doesn't look to be big enough to me. Maybe I'll have to rethink whether I want this here or not. But I think this is plausible as a... When we start the game, if we have one runway, 2 gates, and just this section here to house them, and then this section here to allow them to get out, I think that will bring in enough money to ensure enough income to build the rest of the airport. That's the plan. That is the plan, guys. That is the plan. So over here, we're going to have some more gates. 1, 2, 3, 4. Just thinking we might have some... I won't put those there. I was going to put information boards there, but actually I don't think that's a good place for them. In which case that's going to be like that, and that's going to be like that. Gosh darn this game. Right. So we got 3 strong foot flow through there. I want to have a cafeteria area, lots of seating. I think you're getting the general idea, guys. I think you're getting the general idea. Now, next part of the plan involves... You can see we've got this double tier thing here. Maybe... See, now I'm going off plan slightly. Because this was initially going to be part of the food hall. Now it still could be, and baggage could still go here, but then that rather chops away at what I wanted to do at the front here to eliminate traffic jams. Typically. Okay, let's go cyan a second. And we'll just put this second road in. In fact, I don't think we need a second road, in all honesty. I think one road will be fine, because the way I sort of planned it is to allow vehicles to sort of drive up like that and have deliveries here, so that the delivery truck would come up and stop here. Now, I haven't tested this, so I don't know if it'll work, but I'd like to see delivery trucks drive up here, drop off all their stuff, and then go back onto the road and leave. So basically everything is on a constant flow along this road, unless they pull off to drop off either passengers or goods, or pick up goods, or, you know, whatever. Basically, that was the plan. That is the major clever bit, I thought. But looking at my hand-drawn design in comparison to what we have already, that's not going to work so well. And it's these runways actually that are causing the issue. So I mean, I could theoretically move these 2 runways further up and squash the idea of having this big runway there and have the big runway down this way, because it doesn't really fit there anyway, does it? It'd be so nice if I could just pick all this up and move it, but I don't think that's going to be an option, but that would definitely gain us quite a bit of extra workspace down the front here, which is kind of what we want. Crikey, 30 minutes I've been describing this. That is a long time. So you guys are probably bored and left already, I don't know. But I need to press on because I want to make this good for you guys. I want it to be the best airport available. So, okay. That's, I think, the most logical decision. Excuse me a minute. Right, okay, so... See, I don't know how this is going to work because it doesn't fit in the space. See, it just genuinely doesn't fit there. Unless you can do it like that, of course. Maybe that's acceptable. Maybe that will work like that. And then we could just have... That could work. Okay, we'll stick with that for now. And let's move all this down. So... Wow, perfect. Absolutely perfect. Ah, but is it? No. Because we'll need a taxiway at the end, won't we? So we'll add, move the runway slightly that way. And for this one, we are going to have... Oh. There we go. Right. Perfecto. And then I'll drop a couple of these in. Basically to remind me that stuff is going to go here. So I don't forget. Okay, good. And then all of that can move up one. That's looking much better. Okay, wonderful. Splendid. Right. So we'll stick to the plan of having this temporary... I'm not sure that was 20 by 20. Let me just check that. No, it wasn't. Lovely stuff. Much happier. Much happier about that. We've still, I mean, I only expected to have 3 gates here, so we've still got way more than I originally anticipated, so that's fine. That is not going to be an issue. I do, however, need to move all this up, but that's not going to be a problem. Two offices, I think, still at this point in time all you need for research. I don't think there have been any new job titles created or anything like that. And Yeah, that whole section can go. I appear to have put that wall in the wrong place. We'll just fix that. And in fact, this whole bit, well, at least that whole bit can just vanish. Right. Like so. Okay. I'm happy with that because we've got some space to play with over here, and that's important for keeping things flowing nicely. So I apologise guys, this is going to be a lot longer a video than I anticipated. I thought it would be about 20 minutes long, but clearly that is not going to be the case. Just guesstimating where the doors are going to be. Help us sort of figure out what we're going to need and where and why. And the beauty of this obviously is that it can stay with us whilst we develop and design, and it can still be altered. It's not set in stone. There's no reason why it can't change. Right. So this is going to be the exit point, guys. It's going to be the way out for people. We're going to come past the offices into this spillway and out. This could be security. Yeah, that works. That works quite well, I think. We don't need much over here because it's just a small airport at this point. This is where the main meat and juice is going to be, is this section here. So to start off with, we'll be developing just this top tier, one runway and 2 gates. And I think that's going to work really well. Really, really well, in fact. Okay. Now this section here is going to need to be security. And what's difficult to gauge is how wide I'm going to need that to be. And I think how I figured it out, according to my piece of paper, because I want to do the restaurant in the middle section thing again. So maybe I'll start up here and start thinking about how we're going to have these gates managed. So I want people to come out. So I want the desks, the reception desks, to be away from the gate. So people come out and they can spill straight down here. Hope that makes sense. And this is going to be a toilet area. Like so, with a door. Obviously that's going to be a door for the whatever that's going to be. That actually looks like that's going to be... These offices might be enormous. That's really the size of an office, isn't it? I think in my picture I drew these offices far too big. Okay, but that's good because, I mean, this is all part of the planning and the design process. Obviously, somewhere we're going to need to have the baggage coming out. So maybe I'll just leave this bit open for now, whilst I think about that. I'm still concerned about this area. So if this is going to be security, can I just... see, it's not going to let me do that. That's annoying. So if that's going to be security, which it can be... Okay, well this is why we do planning, guys, so that we can, as best as possible, sort of not have these mistakes when it matters. In fact, I might even go one more on that. Like so. I know I've checked the doors a couple of times, but I'm telling you now, they had better be 4 wide. I'll be so annoyed with myself if I design and plan all this and then find out that they're 5 wide. I might lose the plot. So ever so slightly, might lose the plot if that were to happen. Right. So this area here is now outside, and I can put some offices in there. I think we only need 2, but we've got more than enough space. We could also get the luggage coming out here. So I think that's going to work okay. That's going to work fine, in fact. So yes, we're going to have these guys here, and we're going to have some queues, and we're going to have 2 queues. Oh, that's the wrong colour. 2 queues per gate. Like that. Hopefully that'll keep everyone neat and tidy and organised. Is that going to be big enough? I don't know. I've got quite a bit of space to play with, I think. But I don't know what's going to happen down this bottom end. This bottom end is totally up for change. Totally up for change. And obviously we've only got 1.24 million, so we've got to be careful about what we're building. All this is going to come later as well. Let's not forget that. Yeah, I'm just going to get rid of that for a second. I'm not sure what I'm going to do with that corner either. Right, okay. Okay, so I might change my design ever so slightly. I was going to have this sort of flamboyant kind of drop-off area like this. Sort of a road going round, and that would all be drop-off. And then on the outside I was going to have... oops. I was going to have people being picked up like this. That was my initial idea. And then we're going to have 2 exits, one either side. I mean, that almost still works, to be honest. Almost still works. Except it really doesn't, because we've got the baggage collection system. That's the problem. So I think baggage collection is going to have to come down here. One this side and one this side. So we could still do that shape thing, but it'll have to be further up, if that makes sense. Not sure if it does. Maybe I'll just build it and then you can see what I'm on about. But I'm just concerned about how wide I need to build this. I don't want to leave it too narrow. Or make it too wide, for that matter. So I'm going to guess something like that. And then we're going to have a double... Let's put the double thing here because I want... This is going to be security, you see. So I want security to end and have toilets at both ends. So how long is this section? That's 20. 20 seems to be a good sort of solid number across the board, I think. You know, the gates are 20. The doors are divisible by 20 or into 20. So, okay. So there are some toilets. That's what that area is meant to be. And then we're going to have security. Now, let's think about 20 again. That seems to... Now, that is taking up too much space. So let's think about it logically. Instead of just banging a 20 in there, let's say to ourselves, right, well, we're going to need to have 2 blocks of space as people come in. And then we can have the ID checks. Kind of like that. Oh, I've just spotted I've put that one too close. See, this is why we plan, guys. The plan is being very effective. It's a bit mind-numbing, I grant you. I'm probably quite pedantic, and you might even go so far as to say, my God, this guy is incredibly anal. And I am. You're right. It's true. But I just think planning it out and then building it and tweaking it is the way to go. I really do. So let's press on. So we're going to have that. Now, how big are these things? Baggage scanner. They're actually quite big, aren't they? Oh, they're only 3 wide. That's hardly bad. 1, 2, 3, and then we'll start. Now, can you put them that close together? That, I suppose, is the next question, isn't it? Yep, looks like you can. Perfect. And then the next scanners are 2 in width. Right, so we're going to need to be about that size. I hope you followed my logic there on what I was doing. That's not the layout we're going to use. It's going to be totally different to that. We're going to utilize the whole width of this area, the entire thing. So this whole area is going to be security. We're going to have ID desks all the way across the front here, or the option to expand all the way across the front here. And we're going to have bag scanners followed by well, basically this, but in reverse, because I've done that back to front, but I think you get the general idea. So we know that we've catered... Oh, man alive. we know that we've catered for the entire security area there. And then this, I bet you can't guess what this is going to be. Actually, I bet you can. This is going to be ticketing. So, yes. Now, we're going to have a lot more doors here because, especially at the beginning, this is going to be the main area. So people are going to come in here, buy their ticket, come back out, go through security, and then they'll be in this area here. As we progress, we're going to move across this area. That's the plan. That is the plan. That really is the plan. Right. Something like this, guys. Something like this, guys. Subject to change, subject to better ideas, subject to unforeseen circumstances, subject to new stuff coming out, you know. One reason why I was playing the game at quite a leisurely pace before is because there wasn't a lot of content, and you know, I didn't want to get to the point where we'd used everything that was available to us and then something new comes out and we just have to start knocking stuff down in order to make way for it. Do you know what I mean? That's what I didn't want to happen, and I think it worked quite well. I mean, I know there are other YouTubers flying through their airports at a much quicker pace, and to start with this one, definitely I mean, other than today, we definitely want to get just conscious of how much space we've got in that hard drive. We want to get ourselves back up and running to where we were before. That's the plan. That is the long-term goal. So how many did I do there? 4. 1, 2, 3. Something like this. Oh, no, that's not right then. 1, 2, 3, 4. Whoops. I was miles off. Yeah, I know I balls that up. Right. Something like that, guys. This is the plan. Now, I'm not sure if these queues are going to be long enough. One of the things I was doing in the previous airport was actually testing out what shape queue worked best. I can see that's blocking a door off there. That's annoying as well. So there's going to have to be some jiggery pokery thinking and changing and altering and whatnot. We'll have some toilets up this end. Obviously, ladies and gentlemen's toilets. Oh man, alive. In fact, let's put that there and that one there. I like that idea better. Whew. Okay. Now, we're going to be tight on space for food here. So I think this area might just be snack foods all along here. So we'll have some benches, obviously. Again, trying to adhere to the keeping of space. That didn't go well. Something like that. I mean, that looks pretty good to me. 1, 2. How wide did I make these? These 8. So they're double benches. Oh, okay, okay, okay. Let me just change that then. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh man. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Like so. Turn these back into 4s. There we go. Lots of seating. We'll have information stuff in the middle. In fact, I might move these closer together. Shall I? No. I don't know. I don't know yet. I don't know. We'll figure that out as we come to it. So we'll just have food all along the side here. Food and bins. We've got toilets. So this will be the initial part, the gate area. These are toilets. I wish you could write. Oh, you can, can't you? I can zone these now. Male restroom. Female restroom. This is cool. I hadn't thought about this. I hadn't thought about doing it this way. Nice. That's starting to actually look really good. Ticketing, tickety, tickety, ticketing. It's amazing how just adding in the areas is enough to really make a difference. Really make it sort of start to become something, you know? Okay, great. So I do need to build some restrooms this side. That's fine. Just wondering where to put it. This is actually exactly my design here, this bit. The main concourse, I guess you call it. That's exactly how I envisaged that to be. Let's go cafe, cafe, cafe. So, much like the original design, I guess. The sort of central kitchen area. That's not very central, is it? So basically it'll be there, won't it? Okay, let's... It seems to be slowing my PC down, and there isn't even anybody here. It's not a good sign, guys. It's not a good sign that it can't keep up with just the plan. Something like that. Something like that, ladies and gentlemen. Something like that. And then we can even go so far as to plan the second half, or this lower half here. So yeah, that'll just come all the way up to the end. Like that. What I might do is chop some of this off and have larger gates at the very, very end. But we'll figure that out as we go, I think, that one. But that's the general look and feel I'm going for. And then I'll repeat this over this side. Obviously, we'll have a bunch of seating all along this area here, so nobody has to stand up. And oh, that's interesting. I have made that slightly smaller at one end by 10. So if I strip 10 off the end here, nope, that didn't work. Zones, that's why. Like that. There we go, that's more central. Now, just because that says cafe all the way down, I could take bits out and put... you've got these little pop-up coffee shops and things. They can all go in there. That's not going to be an issue. And I think that's going to work well. Hard work, guys, hard work. If you're still with me, thank you very much, and fair play to you. Okay, I think the next logical build item has to be... Let's just square this off and then see how we feel about where best to put stuff. Now, this is supposed to be the food hall, and I wanted to do an entrance here. And that could still happen. How big are the carousels? This is what I... Oh, they're tiny. They're tiny, look. How many squares is that? 1, 2, 3 by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 3 by 5. That's so easy to do. I think maybe I lost track of, you know, how big things need to be because of all of this. I don't know. Right, let's try this then. So... That's what I'm thinking. What did I say? 9 by 15. Like so. How's that looking to you guys? All right? And then we'll zone these out. Baggage claim. And baggage claim. And then this whole middle section is quite literally food, you know, toilets, seating area, all that kind of good stuff. How do you feel about that, guys? Is that looking pretty good or pretty bad, or how do you feel about this? Do you think this is a good design, a bad design? I want it to be ergonomic. I want it to flow nicely. I don't want there to be any issues. I just want it to work. This is the only concern I have here with this gate being so close to security. I guess I could make security smaller. That is an option. You know, there's not going to be massive amounts. Let's say we had 2 enormous airplanes, which we can't have because these have a maximum capacity of 180, I think. But let's say a maximum of 500 passengers at any one time. I think we can cope with that there, and we've got all of this space here where we can expand should we want to. So I think that's going to work quite well. Excuse me. But we're going to call this whole zone literally this whole area is the cafeteria, sort of, with a kitchen obviously in the middle somewhere. Is that the width of that? Not quite, is it? Excuse me. So that's going to be, what? 13 by 13? Why doesn't that look centralised? What have I done wrong there? What have I done wrong here? How long is this one? So that's 17 by 11, and this one is not right. 17 by 11. Okay, we made a slight mistake there, but again, that's why we're planning, you know. Zones, none. Just tidy these up. So that's going to be baggage claim again. Groovy. Why is that a different colour now? Oh, because it's got stuff underneath. I got it, guys. I got it. I got it. I got it. Okay. We're going to have some yellow here. Is this kitchen area going to be too big? That's the next question, isn't it? That might be too big. I'm thinking that's too big. I'm thinking more inside of the gate area. 11 by 11. That's better. Definitely that's better. Yeah. Zones, none. Let's get rid of all of that a second. Kitchen. And fill the rest of this as cafe. Groovy. Do I make the wall inside or outside? I'm going to say outside. I don't know why. Six of one, half a dozen of the other. And there'll be a door at each side. Like so. Excellent. Right, 1, 2, 3, 4. That was 5. Getting tired now. And then... oh, actually, no, I don't want that there. No, I don't. Don't want people who are leaving bumping into people who are arriving. So this will be... is it called pickups? Pickups. No. Yeah, pickups. So this whole area is going to be pickups. There we go. One there. You can only have one pickup zone? Well, I wasn't expecting that. That's a bit annoying. Why place that kind of limitation on you? I don't really see the benefit of that. Okay, so that whole front section then now becomes pickups. Yeah, okay, that still works. I think that works okay. I'm quite happy with the look and the feel of it so far. I think expanding this down to here might be a sensible solution. So let's go right ahead and do that. As an optional build extra. We'll leave this as is for now. And I think that pretty much wraps it up. Oh, I just want to actually, yeah, let's let's make sure that we do, in fact, sort this road situation out. So that's going to be 2 by 2 by 2. I might even do a bit of that. It's not quite centralised. I don't know how I feel about that. Oh, maybe we can't do that because you can only have one drop-off point, I guess. But I do want people not to stop at the front here. So just all I need to remember is to have a gap. And I could put trees and all sorts of niceties down there. In fact, I could do that now, couldn't I? Objects, decor, palm trees, £500 a pop. Man, that's going to be thousands. That's going to cost thousands to do that. We'll just pop a couple as a reminder not to build there. Okay, so that's the general idea, guys. That is the general principle of the airport, and that's pretty much the whole thing built. Let me just see if these extra large gates will fit up this. Oh, look at that! Look at that! That will work. That will work if I just remove this wall and pin it back by one space. Oh, that didn't work. Try that again. Perfect. These guys might be a little bit squashed, but I think they'll be okay. So how big is one of these big buggers? Let's think about having these extra large gates in here already. They're basically that by how many squares? So they're 3 taxi things wide. So 1, 2, 3. So they're 30 by 30. Okay, good. Excellent. Well, then we know how big we want everything to be, don't we? Okay, yeah, I see a problem. Probably shouting at me right now, aren't you? You need to have a taxiway running along here in order for that to work. So we'd have to drop one of these off, which is fine. It's not a big issue. In fact, we can do that right now so that it's done. Boom. Seems a bit weird. I don't appear to have any space this side. I'm hoping that's just a mistake on my part. And the gate will be there like that. Whoops. Like so. God, I bet you guys are so tired right now. I apologise to you all. So we'll knock 10 off that end. Obviously this is going to have to change. Zones, cafe. Oh, man, alive. It seems to get really twitchy when you start dragging all this out. I don't know why. It shouldn't do, really. Let's just knock that off the end there, so that it's nice and tidy when people come in, and then we'll do the same this end. And that gives us a bit of play area to keep things neat and tidy in the middle. That's kind of what I'm thinking. And then we can go kitchen. Where's the kitchen area? There. Is that too big, kitchen? I don't know. But anyway, that's kind of centralised, so we're good there. We're okay. We'll get these big gates in. Like so. Like so. And then just a taxiway down the end. And if you look, we've actually got enough space there for another runway. So that actually works out rather well. We have 3 runways just on this design alone, which is fantastic. Whew. Hard work, guys, but ultimately I think pretty good. I'm thinking this probably needs a redesign, this section here, but we've been doing this for a long time now. I do want to test. Something. So let's start by having our first runway. That's our first purchase, and that was what, 147,000. So that's a big, expensive first purchase. Okay. Now, I'm not saying this is where they're going to be. This is just a test. I want to build some road. Now, at 8,000 per square tile, this is expensive. Oh, I can't do it because I don't have road building yet. We're going to have to do research. Ah, well, that's a bit of a bummer. That's a disappointment. Okay, well, we'll have to start off then. Let's just make that whole area storage right now. I'm not sure that's a good idea or not. You can only have one storage area. Okay. Let's make this area here storage. For now. And I just hope that we have enough cash. Oh man, let's just do this. Let's just do it. Let's just do it and get it done. Do you know what I mean? Let's have it done and done. We'll extend this out further to here and here. We'll clear these doors like that. That can go back to being a wall. Last bit, guys, I promise. Last bit. Now that's not going to be 4x4 and 4x4. That's a huge that's a huge irritation. We can fix that quite easily just by accepting the fact that we made a boo-boo, but it's one we can get around like so. And then we'll just make this security. So let's do the same thing again. We're going to have ID desks. Oh, okay. Just be awkward. Why don't you? ID desks. And then what did we say? There were 3, weren't they? 1, 2, 3. And then there were 2 across. Something like that. So then logically, that's a good spot. And then we can just so if we find that this is perfectly adequate, I mean, we've got all this space down this side and all this space down this side. If we find that just this little section of security here is adequate, then we can reallocate this space and this space for something better. And that alleviates this problem here. And I think that actually looks even better than my original design from last night, or this morning I should say. I think it's going to work really well. I hope so anyway. We might even be able to build a cafeteria this side, because we have got some space now, some serious space now. Okay guys, that's it from me. Let me know in the comment section what you think of the design. If you have any serious concerns... Oh, I just realised I haven't done this yet. Let me just quickly do this. I'm sorry. I am so sorry. Offices. I don't think we need that many, but there's probably somewhere to put them, somewhere better to put them as well, but you know, short-term simple solution that will work. And then we need to have a drop-off. No, we need to have garbage, which, to be fair, good on the bottom here. (16x16) looks good to me, and then we'll have deliveries. There we go. We'll do the same with that, and we've got all that space to play with. That is not going to be an issue. I think that's going to be fine. Obviously, I need to build a fence down here and lock all this area off. But what do you think of that, guys? I think that's a fully functioning, highly performing airport right there. I think that's going to work really well straight off the bat. And if I stick tightly to the plan of having just developing this top area, then I think we'll have money coming in quickly, and that will enable us to just continue building. And the more of these gates we get in, the more income we'll have. Security and everything will be built. It will be, the space is already pre-planned for expansion. We've got inner security toilet areas, outer security toilet areas. Same applies to food in all 3 areas. And then we've got this entire section with the massive runway. These will probably all have to be large gates. But yeah, I mean, we could even expand further down here if we so chose. So the options are almost limitless. I think that's fairly close to what I designed last night, and I'm relatively happy with it. And I hope you are too, guys. Let me know in the comments section any ideas you have. If you like it, give me a thumbs up. If you're happy and you know it, clap your hands. And until next time, guys, take care of yourselves. Goodbye for now.